role or a parent's role in the path to adulthood. We know, like we were just talking about, we know that the brain is not fully developed. It's not fully matured. From in the scan that I was talking about, the brain scan I was talking about is in.
Oh, and some people's brains like will age backwards at certain points.
Well,
that's called age
that is not the appropriate term, but looking at the brain scans that we looked at for Friday, this is exactly what I'm talking about, right? That the emotional center, this is about where you guys are at. This is 5, this is 20. So the middle here is somewhere, is that right? 5 and 20? Yeah. Somewhere in here between like 16, 17, 18, right in this range. See how the center starts to become blue and develop, right? Your emotional center starts to develop and change. You experience real emotion for the first time. Like not, I didn't get what I want, so I'm sad, or I really wanted that cookie and now I'm mad. It's, I'm dealing with real emotion. Like I feel deeply about something, okay? With that developing, it changes who you are. So are you going to do impulsive things with technology and social media? How many of you have ever posted something that you instantly regretted, or as you're typing it out, you instantly regretted, so you deleted it? Anybody? Maddie, it's okay if you want to be honest and no one else is being honest, because I saw you. Uh-huh. Jackie, what did you say? Are you ratting your friend out? Because I will gladly listen to this. Okay. Okay, so even as you get older, you look back on some of the things that you did as a kid and you go, oh my gosh, that is so cringy. Okay, so that impulsivity picks up, right? So let's see what let's look at a parent's role in the path to adulthood, because social media and technology is part of that. The transition to adulthood, let's focus, can be either clear or diffuse. So in other words, it can be something very spread, scattered out. It can either be a direct route or it's going to be diffuse. It's going to be all over the place. Depending on whether a culture chooses to offer all the privileges and responsibilities at one distinct age or spread them across time. In some countries, the ability to vote, drink, enter into legal contracts, and serve in the military all occur at once. Sometimes all of those are mandatory, that you have to serve in the military, that you have to vote. Well, you have to enter into a legal contract. They literally make you sign to be an adult, that you understand the consequences and what might happen. In the United States, these rights are not only spread out, but often without clear rationale. Serving in the military before one is considered responsible enough to purchase alcohol is one of the glaring inconsistencies. Some cultures also mark the transition formally, as in Japan, where coming of age day, Seishin Shiki, is a national holiday to celebrate all who reach adulthood in the current year. How much fun would that be, that you get to celebrate turning 18 with everyone that turned 18 in that year? In one day. Is that what it is? Talking about a different type of legal age. They're talking about the ability to vote, to be an adult. This is... Yeah, it's not until you're 18. Correct. Correct. Alex, what's up? Ooh, we'll need to delete one. That's okay. All right, gotcha. Becoming an adult is also a subjective experience, of course, and there is little doubt from recent research that individuals are taking longer to recognize themselves as adults. The age of first marriage and birth of a first child, often perceived by individuals, are adult markers, and are now occurring later than at any time in history in the U.S. And greater numbers of individuals are also choosing to forge lives without either of these traditional markers. With increased numbers of individuals attending college and with the tremendous rise in the cost of education and the loans necessary for many, young people are also remaining dependent on parents financially for far longer, often leaving them less likely to perceive themselves as adults. Your generation, the generation before you, my generation, is living at home longer. It is not uncommon for me as an Uber or Lyft driver to pick up a 25 to a 30-year-old and they still live at home and they've never had their own apartment. It is not uncommon. My son's brother, half brother, so he's not mine, but I raised him for a long time. He's still 19. He still lives at home. He does not have a car. He does not have a license. He's never had a job. He plays video games. That's what he does all day long. No, that's what he does all day long because he's not fantastic at them. But the reality of it is your generation is finding a different avenue of what makes an adult an adult. Okay. Another psychological aspect of being an adult is feeling autonomous, and individuals whose autonomy is supported at any age, that means being independent, by the way, or more personally motivated. As a college professor who studies adolescents and emerging adults, I am particularly concerned that college students are not getting the opportunities they need to grow into autonomous, healthy, connected adults when parents are still hyper involved in their lives. How many of you still rely on your mom and dad to do many things for you? Nope. Or everything for you? And not everything? What do you do on your own, Maverick? Sometimes you make your own food? Okay, not everyone does. My son started doing laundry when he was 8. He doesn't have to do his own laundry yet, completely, because he is terrible at folding it yet. He doesn't have the dexterity, but he'll get there, right? Probably by about the age of 10, he will do all of his own laundry. But that's something that I do in my household. Bruce, have you ever done a load of laundry? By accident? Huh. Do you have to do your own laundry? Good for your mom. Someone tells you to just start up the laundry. Just, that's not doing your own laundry. Like folding it and everything is doing your own laundry. Exactly. Okay. All right. So you guys have a little bit of training already. Those are things that we'll need to pinpoint as we go. Emerging adults, whom Jeffrey Arnett defines as individuals between 18 and 25, need opportunities to make their own choices, whether that's their major, what courses to take, their social lives, or summer plans. And they need practice in making mistakes and recovering, and in owning the outcomes of their choices. They don't arrive in college fully formed as adults, but we hope they will use these years to make significant progress toward adult behavior with all the support and safety nets that college can offer. Is it okay for you to fail at this age? Yes, Maddie. That's why I continue to say it, and it's okay for you to fail. That's why your teachers are here. That's why your parents are here, is to look at you and go, it's all right that you made a mistake. That's exactly what that last paragraph was just saying. All right, so what's that, Jackie? Okay, well, so we do make mistakes, like making cousins sleep in closets, especially when they're babies. All right, so this goes on to say that, and it talks about Skype, texting, email. Yet my research with Abigail Sullivan Moore reported on our book shows that many college students are in frequent contact with their parents, nearly twice daily on average, and that frequency of contact is related to the lower autonomy. Parents who are using technology, calls, Skype, texting, email, Facebook, etc., to micromanage lives from afar may be thwarting the timely passage to adulthood. Not surprisingly, these college students are also not likely to see themselves as adults, nor fully prepared to take the responsibilities of their actions, nor even getting the benefits of college that they and their parents are paying for. 1 in 5 students in our study report parents are editing and proofing their papers in college. Something you should be learning in middle school age, like we do here. College parents can help with the transition by serving as a sounding board rather than being directive, by steering their college-age kids to campus resources for help, by considering long-range goals rather than short-term ones, and by giving their kids space to grow. Now, this talks about college-age students, but college-age students start at 17 to 18 years old. Sometimes high school kids are taking college courses at 16 years old. Should your parents be doing your homework for you? If so, it is only keeping you from being responsible. When your parents take away screen time, it is helping you. When your parents limit your technology, it is helping you. I know many of you will disagree with that, but we'll keep researching it and reading it. Okay? Questions about this article?